I wanted to make this an in-person video because this is something that I've been seeing a lot more, even though it's never went away, but it's just been a lot more like in my face. And what it is that people dealing with bullying and being targeted. It does feel terrible to be targeted and to be bullied and to feel like, why can't anything go right for me? And most of the time, you didn't do anything to offend that person. But the whole reason why this person is doing something to you is because you exist. And because you are who you are. And that's enough for some people to want to be mean to you. And I know it sounds absurd, and it is. But think about it, bro. Think about it. Think about it. The devil and people with evil intentions aren't going to mess with people who don't have the ability to make a change in the world. They're not going to mess with people who don't have the ability to be more than they will ever be. They're not going to mess with the people who are on their side. They're going to be like, oh, I don't need to break you down. You're already broken down. What's the point of that? There's no fun in that. But if you're someone who is strong and has always had to get through stuff, even though you didn't want to, and still was somehow able to keep the part of your heart soft and still believe in humanity, that's a superpower all in its own. Then not only people realize, because it can be really hard with all of the injustices in the world and all the terrible things happening, to still keep your heart soft and to still have faith in people and in humanity, and that one day it'll change. It is. But they want you to be there down there with them, because if they lost their faith, they've lost how they feel, and they don't think that they'll ever get their humanity back. So seeing you glow and being happy, and even if you aren't happy, but seeing you go through such difficult stuff and still being able to climb out of the hole makes them so upset and angry, because they haven't been able to climb out of the hole. They've actually, set up cable and painted their shutters a really pretty pink color. Like, they haven't got out, and they're not planning to come out, but they don't want to be by themselves. So they're going to drag you down with them. That's literally what it is. It's not because you're a terrible person. It's not because you're meant to suffer. It's just because you're you. And you have the ability to be resilient. You have the ability to still have a soft heart. You have the ability to still see that humanity can change, and that there can be a better world. And you also think about it in a way to where you're always going to be blessed, and they're always going to be stressed. And that's on period. It's like having day without night. You can't have one or the other. You need both. You can't really appreciate the good you're going through without the bad. Does it make it okay? No, it doesn't. You should hold them accountable for what they did. But should you let them rule your life and rule who you are as a person? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Like, okay, you have a terrible home life and your dad doesn't show you enough affection, doesn't mean that I should let that bleed into my life. No. I only have to see you like 6 hours, and you have to deal with that all your life? Yeah, no. I'm good. But that's what they don't want you to see. They don't want you to see that you have all the options. You have all the opportunities and all the good things you have in your life. Because if you don't see it, then you're more likely to give it up. And then they'll win. It's facts, bro. It really is. It really is. It could be something as simple as you having nice volumized hair. These slave wives had to cut their hair because the masters were jealous of how volumized their hair was. And listen, black girl magic hair defies gravity. It's so volumized. It's so thick. And so many people want that. And that's something we have naturally. You wouldn't even think about it. You'd be like, oh, I didn't realize that was something that somebody could be jealous of. Also, maybe you have nice lips and you think your lips ugly. You never know. People pay to get their lips to look fuller. Like me, I have really big rounded eyes that protrude like that. But people pay to have eyes that look like this. I was born like this. Like, you have so many traits and that make us all beautiful, that we all admire. There's something beautiful about all of us. There's something we all can find that's beautiful about us that we might not realize that makes us great. But others can see that we need to see ourselves for truly who we are. You might be a little hairy and you're a girl. That's okay. Italian men, not modern men, but Italian men and back in the day loved hairy women. They loved them. It was actually a whole thing for women not to shave their legs or their armpits. It meant that, she had a higher sex drive and guys were okay with that and they were not against the hair. You can look it up. I'm telling you 100% the truth.